Hi bro, if you watch my daily videos, you know that for the last 3 weeks I feel very motivated, very happy, and just the best in my life. I feel the best in my life, seriously. And how did I achieve that? Because I want you to do the same thing. I want you to achieve, to feel this motivation, to feel this desire to do stuff, to feel this drive to do things, and to be happy. And so in this video, I'll explain to you what I did to do that, to achieve that. And it's actually not that hard. It's actually not complicated. It's simple. I'll explain to you all the sciencey stuff. I'm not really a scientist, but I know the processes in the brain, how it works. So let's start with that. There is a thing called dopamine. It's a molecule in your brain that regulates how you feel and your desire to do stuff. This is exactly what makes you feel happy or unhappy, that makes you want to do things or don't want to do things. So you need to regulate this stuff to get what we want, right? So how do you regulate that? When you play, let's say when you play video games, or when you eat something tasty, or when you do something pleasant, something very pleasant, or when you watch porn, or when you take drugs, or when you take alcohol, and when you smoke. It can be something bad or something good. Or when you play guitar, or when you... So, enough examples. When you do basically anything that is pleasant, you spike your dopamine. Your dopamine raises. Your dopamine levels in your brain. There is also the baseline of dopamine. Because, when you don't do any good, happy stuff, you still are you still feel good, right? At least you don't feel terrible. At least I hope. So there's the baseline of dopamine. But when you do something pleasant, you spike it. It raises. But when it drops below the baseline. It doesn't go back at the baseline, it drops below, and your baseline drops. I'll explain to you how it works. So let's say a person lives under a bridge, homeless, sleeps on the ground, eats from the trash bin, and suddenly he gets $1 million. He moves into a nice house, buys nice cars, buys a bed, sleeps on the bed with a pillow, eats good food. Will he be happier? Obviously he will be. But, however, he will not be happy forever about it. Unless he practices gratitude journaling, but that's another topic. He will not be happy about it forever. His dopamine receptors will get adjusted to his new lifestyle. And after some time, if he lived homeless for a lot of time, then he will really feel happy about it for long. But not forever. After 1 year, or maybe 10 years, it depends on a person, he will get, his dopamine levels will get to the base level. Which means he will not be happy about it. It will just feel normal for him. This new life, that is much better than he had before. It will feel normal for him. And he will want more. The reason why it works like that is because our brain wants us to always strive for more. To improve our lives. That's how the dopamine system works. It adjusts. Now, let's say this person gets back to living under the bridge, homeless, eating from the trash bin. Do you think he will be unhappy for long? No, his dopamine will regulate this stuff again. He will get used to it again. So he won't be unhappy forever. Of course, he will be unhappy for some time right after this happened. But he'll get fine. Because that's just how dopamine works. So, now let's say a person just lives his normal life. But he's playing 1 hour of video games per day. Yeah, video games feel better than his normal life, right? Because playing video games is good. It's not good for you, but It gives you dopamine. It feels good. So video games feel better than his life, his whole life, outside of video games. His video games, that he's playing video games, it lowers his, like, how to say that? It lowers his satisfaction with his life. Because the brain, in this 1 hour, the brain gets used to this level of dopamine he's getting from video games. So, as in the example I told you before, with a person moving to a good house from under a bridge, the brain of this person who is playing video games adjusts to this new level of dopamine he's getting. Even if it's just for 1 hour, if it's consistent, if it's every single day. Most people are playing video games every single day. If it's every single day, your brain will adjust to this new level of dopamine you're getting. And so the level you're getting from video games will be your baseline. And your whole life will be below the baseline. You understand how bad it is? It basically means that you will feel terrible without playing video games. This is called, if you think this is similar to how drugs work, this is exactly how drugs work. This is called dopamine-induced addiction. I learned out all this stuff from Andrew Huberman podcast, by the way. It's not something it's not my creation. It's not something I created. It's not something that, I made up. So, how did I got happier? You probably got the main idea already. You can guess how I did this. So, first of all, I did cold showers. Cold showers is kind of unpleasant, Duh. And when you're doing cold showers, you do not spike your dopamine. Your dopamine also actually gets lower. Because, well, it's unpleasant. Your brain doesn't want you to do this stuff. And so after the cold shower, you feel great. Because your dopamine raises. Because when you did the cold shower, the unpleasant stuff, your brain doesn't want you to repeat this. So the dopamine goes down, and then it goes up. And it goes up, well, you get the main idea. Your brain starts to adjust the dopamine receptors when you get in the cold shower. And so your baseline actually raises. It's kind of a reversed process to what happens when you get in an addiction. So cold showers are good. Any unpleasant stuff is good for this thing. So other unpleasant thing I did is, it may be not suitable for you, because I actually got a job at the warehouse and I worked for 12 hours per day. It may sound very stupid and like I made this up, but I really did. I really did this. I really work at the warehouse right now. So I worked for 12 hours per day without music, without anything, because it's not allowed there. And it is very uncomfortable. It's just pure pain. And this really sets the baseline. This sets another baseline for my brain. Because imagine working 12 hours a day, a job you don't like. Obviously, your baseline your brain will adjust so that you don't feel very terrible about it. And I don't feel really terrible about it. It's okay, it happens. But the first week I really felt like this is the worst job in the world, because my brain adjusted. So now when I come back to my usual life, to my standard life, I only work 3 days a week. So in these other 4 days, I feel just perfect because I don't have to work. Because it's kind of pleasant to just don't work, when you worked for 12 hours. So that is what I mean by your brain adjusts. My base level is now when I work. And so my whole life is basically me living above my base level of dopamine. That's why I feel so motivated, so happy about my life right now. You can do this too. I mean, not to go work at the warehouse unless you want to. But you can simulate this effect. First of all, get the cold shower. Just do the cold shower every single day. Second, you can do something that is unpleasant, that will lower your dopamine at the moment, but will raise your base level. One good example of this is actually going to the gym or running, something that you can do for a long time, like for 1 hour. Let's say you want to spend 1 hour in the gym. Spending time in the gym is unpleasant, at least for most people. You need to do this without music also. So don't listen to music in the gym. Just work out. For most people, if you're not like a gym addict or something like this, there are people who like the gym very much. But if you don't like gym very much, this will be unpleasant for you. And this will lower your level of dopamine at the moment. But this will raise your baseline. So this is a good thing to do. Or you can run, or you can swim, or you can do any other physical activity stuff. Because physical activities are lowering your dopamine. Another thing you can do is to just sit in an empty room for some time. And maybe think about something. This will also lower your dopamine at the moment. Because, well, nothing is happening. Nothing stimulates your brain. So your baseline will also raise from this. Meditation is a good way to lower your dopamine because it's kind of boring. So any boring, unpleasant activities are good for this purpose. You don't have to do this for 12 hours. I did this for 12 hours because it's my job. But you don't have to. You may do this for half an hour, for 1 hour per day. And I mean, from this 1 hour, you will get a lot of motivation if you do this correctly. The third thing you can do is actually a dopamine detox. It's called a dopamine detox. It's when you quit all the activities that are giving you a lot of dopamine, a lot of bad dopamine. What I mean by bad dopamine is activities that are not good for you. So like gym is good for you. So don't quit gym. But porn is not good for you. Quit it. Video games are not good for you. Quit it. TV shows are not good for you. Quit it. Music may be good for you, but generally music is not good for you. So just also quit it. You don't have to live like that always or forever. Just do this for 1 week, and you will feel much happier, much more motivated, and your life will be much more pleasant. Dopamine detox is something temporary. You don't have to live like that always again. Yeah. Most people don't understand this. Most people think that dopamine detox is something you do for your whole life. It is not. It is not. Just do this in periods. A lot of successful people actually have a thing that is called monk mode. It's when they take some time to just purely for work. Like let's say half a year. They take this half a year and they just work. They live on dopamine detox in this half a year. And then for the other half a year, they just live their normal lives. This is the thing you can also do. Maybe not for half a year, maybe for a week. Take a monk mode for a week. And just purely focus on work, on improving yourself, on quitting these bad dopamine activities. So yeah, this is how you do this. This is how I got so motivated and so happy. Don't just overcomplicate stuff. It's not complicated. I just explained to you everything you need to know. Just do this now. It's not that hard. And I wish this will help you. If it did, write in the comments what you did, how you did this. It will help other people to start this thing. If you want to hear more advice like that, subscribe to this channel. I upload every single day. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one.